Good evening, Flock Stars, and thank you for joining me on this special report brought to you by Songbird Indie Radio and Calgon. Please, for the love of God, take me once this is all over with. Okay, guys, so if you've been living under a rock, the Nashville Universe Awards is underway for the Indies, and man, this is flocking awesome sauce. Yeah, okay. There are many different categories, from Entertainer of the Year to Song of the Year to Music Producer of the Year to Venue of the Year. I mean, the list goes on. It's amazeballs. There was, for a short time, there were nominations to get on that magic list or lists before the rounds began, which have already started, I believe, the night before last or something like that. Anywho, I also had a special show honoring some of the nom-noms and spinning some of the songs that were up for nomination, shouting out those up for Motor of the Year, Radio Station of the Year, etc., and had an absolute blast. And thank you, of course, for those who were able to join me. That was so great. Okay. One of the shout-outs was to my dear, dear friend and partner in crime from the Dog and the Bird Hour. That can be heard every second and last Friday of the month on WAAKradio.com. Ha ha ha. At 7 a.m. Central Standard Time. Had to throw that in. Sorry, had to do it. His name is Mr. Phil Kranz. He was among the nom-noms for Radio Personality. And enter the clapping, if you wish. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Thrilled as always. I had a blast. And I had to plan that out. Okay? Blast it out to the planet, as I do everyone, as much as I can. And last night, I went online and I voted for him. And I voted for so many people that I can. Now, apparently, you can only do voting like once every 24 hours per server, if I'm not mistaken, or device, if I'm not mistaken. Sometimes that stuff gets so squirrely. I don't know. It gets so technical. Like, it's confusing. So, anyway. So, I voted for him and some other people, but well, at least I thought I did. Okay? So, when you hear the name Phil Kranz, it sounds very, very, very unique, wouldn't you say? All right. Indeed. So believing that there could be two Phil Kranzes on the same planet is a 50-50 chance. And then having two Phil Kranzes and both being DJs is completely flocking insane in the man brain. Well, evidently it's not. All right. When I shared with my partner in crime, I voted for him and gave him a virtual high five this morning. He sent me some very bad news. Unfortunately, the host of a Black Dog Morning Show, our friendly dog, the man who takes his time to spin the indies, and he loves his craft. He loves it because we love our craft. He did not make the cut for round one for the nominees for Nashville Universe Awards. He says, that Phil Kranz is not me. And I'm like, what? I voted for you. And he said, no, that's not me. That's not him, folks. That's really not him. Apparently, there is another Phil Kranz. And apparently, there is another Phil Kranz that is also a DJ and is also nominated for the Nashville Universe Awards. So, how in the flocking hell were we, the people who thought we were voting for Phil Kranz, possibly ended up voting for the other white meat? Okay, now let me be clear as crystal here. I am not saying that the other Phil does not deserve to make it to round one. So for those of you who are thinking about twisting my words, you can so stop right now. All right? However, what I am saying is that I believe that the outcome is unfair due to the fact that there were two unidentifiable Phil Kranzes for the sake of the identifying of them. We didn't know who they were, where they came from, what station, yada, yada, yada. And so it could have been done differently. And I'm not blasting, I'm not smashing anybody. I'm just saying, oh my God, like I just found this out. So, folks, look, I had to make this statement tonight because he's my friend, and he's the Indies friend. He's y'all's friend. He's the airwaves friend. It really bothers me to the core. Obviously, you can tell that, okay? I just don't know what else to say about it. You guys are my peeps. We're all family here. And I'm sorry, I just think it's unfair. And I mean, in my planet, I think it deserves a do-over. But I know it won't happen. It's not like, Songbird said it should be done. I'm not saying it should be done. I'm just saying I think it should be done. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's like, oh, man. As a huge supporter of everyone and everything indie, I had to voice my heart because it's been aching all day because of this. And I might be making it bigger than it really is, but come on, seriously, guys. Look back. I mean, there were like 2 Phil Kranzes. I thought it was a typo. Wouldn't you think it's a typo? How in the hell, out of all names in the whole entire world, there are 2 Phil Kranzes, and there are 2 Phil Kranzes that are DJs, and they're both being nominated for the same thing. I don't know. I'm just saying. But anyway, thank you for listening. I don't know. I just had to say that. He's my friend, and I would have done it for anybody if I found that out, and I would hope that it would be reciprocated, but that's just like kind of like a holy moment, But thank you for caring, and thank you for listening. Now, let's get on with tonight's show that I'm dedicating to my pal Phil and everyone else who has ever missed out on an opportunity like this. So, glasses up, y'all. This one's for you.
The egg is cracking and the chick has hatched, spanning all genres from east to the west, playing indie music cause it's a blast, and a few great cover songs from the past. So come on y'all, let's take that flight, have a good time with the songbird tonight, cause it's all coming straight from her nest, indie music and guests that are the best. So settle back with your headphones on, the airwaves are filled with the greatest songs. Join DJ Songbird and have some fun, live independent radio from Spreaker.com. Join the flock and let her know that we all love the Songbird radio show.
With the best music from around the globe.
Are we ready?
Playing beautiful melodies, telling terrible stories, creating a whole new radio experience for you. Where all worlds fail, the music speaks. We dare you to join us tonight. Feel welcome. You are listening
to Songbird Indie Radio. Kicking off tonight's show is my man Don Gates with his brand new